Derek, nice to see you. You said on Saturday that you got Grimsby on the wrong day. When you lose a game like that, what do you need to make sure the players take from it to not turn into a positive, but just kind of learn from and make sure it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, I mean, it was a difficult day for us because we went ahead in the game, very early, and we had some really good spells in that first period. But Grimsby came into it and they were strong. They created a few good openings. They didn't take the opportunities, and over the afternoon we probably just didn't do well enough to take anything from the match. They had made a number of changes to their side. Interim manager comes in, changes things about, and sometimes you do get a bounce, and they certainly did that on Saturday. Had a lot of energy, a lot of willingness to run forward, and just unfortunate for us, we came up against them on that day.
It's just your 5th league defeat of the season. To get to this stage, where we're a good proportion into the campaign after relegation. It's pretty decent, isn't it, Derek?
Yeah, it's really good. If you look at it as well, goals against, but we don't give many goals away in the league table. If you look at it, and we've got a very good goals against. We've won games home and away. We've got an unbeaten run at home, and we've picked up some really good victories away from home as well in the league and in the cup. But we could have nicked something on Saturday, in the later stages of the game. JJ and Mayer have scored again on Saturday, which is a huge positive for us. But we take it. We're still in 7th position at this moment in time, and we go into a game tomorrow night in the EFL Trophy, requiring a point from the game to go through.
You must feel good about things, because you've spoken about the low budget and all that. But it's not easy to reset after relegation, is it? To get to where you are with the amount of wins that you've got.
Yeah, I mean, I think that I always work on season, and I think that it doesn't matter where you were last year or the season before, up or down. It's the present that you can affect, and I've always worked in that way, and always looked to try and have a positive out of it.
Have you just got a really good group of players together here now?
We have, yeah. We've got a small group of players. We've got 22 players, but they all work together. They've all got an understanding that they have to do well to stay in the side, and they have really started the season well.
The ongoing issue, which obviously you guys are doing well to progress while it's still going on, is the ownership issue. The club has been for sale for more than a year now. You know what I'm going to ask. Is there any update?
There is no update at this moment in time, but as you say, for the football club to move forward, then it has to move in a different direction. And from a footballing point of view on the pitch, we can only do as well as we can, and we're doing really well. Off the pitch, things have to change, and we understand that. We've got the lowest season tickets in the league, and they have to look at the difference. The highest in the league is Bradford, who probably take in over 2 million in revenue from season tickets, and we sit probably around about the 300,000 mark. So that's a huge difference that can obviously help you. And the gates throughout the division, people walking in really help us because it costs more, but the season ticket revenue doesn't really help us in that way.
What you've done has attracted a lot of people to come and watch this football club, though.
Yeah, we have.
That, yeah.
We've got a lot of younger players that I think have shown a real positive influence to the club, and the supporters have seen that. You've got Adam Mayer, who has come out of the academy into the first team. We've got Mellon on loan from Burnley, doing it really well as a teenager. JJ coming out of Watford into our scoring goals. We've just got a host of players that have come in either on loan or in permanent, and really bought into the football club. They don't know where the football club's been or where it's going. All they know is they want to play football and do well.
Where do you hope this football club goes in the future?
Yeah, I mean, from my point of view, I think that if I look at it with the right investment, with the right people behind it, then it can go far, because we've got a solid foundation to to work from. There's obviously tweaks along the way that can improve it, but until we get to that day, then we're always working behind the scenes to help the owner, the board, the directors, stay calm.
Is there still interest in the football club?
I believe there is, yeah. I know that I'm the only one that speaks about it, and I know it's difficult for you to get other people from the board or from the owner to speak. But there is interest in the football club because it sees this football club moving forward, and as I've always said, it's got a good foundation to work for.
Yeah, and a good solid fan base that will only grow as you progress. Just in terms of the ownership situation again, apologies for dwelling on it, but has January been brought up in conversation and what you might need to do, sales or bringing players in?
Yeah, I mean, what I have done in January, which I've always done in January, is save money for the January market. Last year, I wasn't able to do that because of the money that had been previously spent in the budget, and I just couldn't save it, for the January transfer window. So in my budget, there's money being set aside for the January transfer window. No extra money has been given to me by the football club. That was one of the main reasons I found it difficult last year, because I was promised money that never came for the 1st of January to go in and sign players, and we had to sign 3 players late on in the window because the money wasn't there. I had to get players out to get players in, and I couldn't allow that to happen again this year. So as I always do, but unfortunately last season it wasn't possible because we were in League One and there was a lot of contracts that were difficult to come around. I have saved money in the budget to start on the 1st of January.
That's a good position to be in, isn't it? Because not every club in this league will get to January and be able to spend money to improve your squad. And if you're in the position you're in now, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but that's what I always say, is that I'm here to assist and help the football club. And unfortunately, I'm having to do that to not be able to take in a few players in the summer transfer window to save money for the January transfer window. So I'm looking after the football club for the best interest of them, and that's what I've always said. At times I need some help back, and sometimes you don't get that.
Michael Mellon obviously continues to score goals for you. Is there any concern that he might get recalled?
Yeah, there always is a concern because he's done really well. What Burnley have to look at, what the player has to look at, is how well he is doing here, the game time he is getting on a weekly basis. If an opportunity does come up from elsewhere, is he going to get that opportunity to play and have the similar game time? I don't know, nobody knows that, but he's playing week in, week out, he's scoring goals. Can he get to 20 goals this season? If he does, then it's a far better proposition for Burnley to have a player that scored 20 goals at the end of the season, rather than one that scored 10 goals and gone somewhere else and higher up or something that hasn't worked out for him. Or he can go back there, play higher up and score 30 goals.
Yeah, have you set him that target of 20 goals, or did he set it himself?
He sets scoring goals every game, and I think that he is one that has scored hat-tricks already, scored 2s, and I think he'll not be far away.
Obviously, we're looking ahead to the Football League Trophy game, the final game in the group. How do you see it going into this game at Blackpool? Yeah,
I mean, we need to take a point from the game to go through. We understand that. Blackpool are a very good side. They've already taken 6 points from 6. They will change their side about, but they're going to take in players that are off the bench, that are quality players. We look at Jensen Weir, who we had here last season, is there. So Jensen will play, a very good player, and they've got other players on that bench that can play in their first team. Yeah,
they've got a pretty useful squad. We saw them at Barrow where they won, and they changed a lot of players, but they were really effective that night. Karamoke Dembele is a hugely talented player.
Yeah, I mean, they've got talented players to come in, but that's the beauty of being a League One side with a very good understanding of the players that they've got. They've been able to enhance the squad over the summer. since coming down from the Championship.
It's a nice incentive to go and play at Blackpool, isn't it? To play against players from a higher level and players that have played in the Championship last year.
Yeah, of course, and it's a great venue to go and play in, as you say, and our players are looking forward to it. We don't have a game on Saturday because of international call-ups. We are missing 2 players tomorrow night because of internationals in Eli King and Michael Mellon. So we are depleted a bit. We've got a couple of injuries, but we've got a strong enough squad to go forward.
And at the end of all this, I know it's a long way away, or it might seem a long way away, but Wembley is there for the players. You took this club to the National Stadium. You'll tell your players that, won't you? It's a great thing to aim for.
Yeah, but it is. It's not only that, financially, it's a profitable tournament as well. And I think that we would like to try and get through this round and get ourselves into a position. We ended up, I think it was away to Lincoln last year in the next round. So we understand it's an away tie the next game, but it could be a preferable job for us.
How's it training in this weather?
It wasn't great today. I'm hopeful that the weather is much better for tomorrow night.
Get money for your old phone, MazumaMobile.com.